couldn't endure it and reached out to resist. Qingyu immediately accused me. That's my mom. How dare you hit her? At that moment, I finally woke up. Actually, the change had already been there long ago. From when I registered marriage with Qingyu, from when I complied and brought his parents from the countryside over. Maybe from the very beginning it was already wrong. After that, they seemed to have torn off their masks, taking all the thick clothes and thick quilts for themselves, letting me go out in minus 40-something degrees weather to find supplies, while they stayed at home and dismantled wooden furniture to burn for warmth. My hands also developed many frostbites, and the exposed skin on my face was directly cracked by the cold. But once I didn't find supplies, or found too little, lightly I would be scolded, heavily I would be beaten. If I talked back, they would even take off my down jacket and lock me outside the door, until I couldn't take it and begged for mercy. In the end, when it was truly impossible to find supplies and there was nothing to eat, they secretly negotiated with the building tyrant behind my back, wanting to sell me over in exchange for supplies. That day I resisted with all my strength, so they locked me on the balcony outside for a whole day and night, ignoring me. I was frozen to death just like that. I gently wiped away my tears and piled up a smile to face them. Now was not the time to fall out. I smiled and took out my phone. Dad, Mom, today there is an urgent matter at the factory. I forgot the time. How about this? I'll give you money. You and Qingyu go eat outside. I still have to go back to the factory. As I spoke, my father-in-law's phone notification sounded. He took out his phone, saw the number, and only then smiled. I will come back later tonight. You all have fun. When my parents died in a car accident, just 3 years after graduating, I forced myself to take over the small factory they left behind. I endured countless days and nights before getting the halted production line back on track. Fortunately, at that time I retained a trace of rationality and did not transfer this only economic source into Qingyu's name. Now, the income from this factory became my confidence. Although I gave them 10,000 yuan for nothing, if you are reluctant to let go of the child, you cannot catch the wolf. I counted the liquid funds in my hands. There was less than 1 million left. Before Qingyu was laid off, the family income was still okay, but this past year was almost entirely living off savings. But adding in the house, car, stocks under my name, and the payments not yet received by the factory, I should still be able to gather some money. After finishing the count, I had to hurry out to handle proper matters. I went to a car rental company and rented a Wuling Hongguan with a huge capacity, then went to a nearby agency company, requesting to sign for a standalone villa that could be moved into immediately, preferably with low occupancy and excellent security. The agent looked at the Wuling Hongguan parked outside, and a very obvious doubt appeared in his eyes. I pushed out an envelope. Don't worry, it's not illegal. You earn your money. I handle my matters. That person's eyes immediately revealed a sly gleam. Miss, you really got lucky. There just happens to be such a house right nearby. I nodded and let him get in the car to take me to see the house. Just as I expected, the agent took me straight to a high-end residential project from the same developer. I knew this villa area because it was not far from my home, but precisely because of some feng shui superstition, almost no units were sold. Rich people all believe in feng shui, so it became a locally famous loss-making project. In my previous life, when others were fighting to the death over supplies, this was also a place of deathly silence, perfect for living alone. Within a limited budget, I still wanted to press the price as much as possible. There's a problem here, right? The price. You have to give me a cheaper one. How would I dare to ask randomly? Sister, you're someone who understands. Arriving at the garage, he took out the key to open the door and turned sideways to let me enter. The owner has settled abroad, hasn't lived here much. The furniture and everything are all ready-made. Outside there is also a yard. The neighbors are also quite far apart, absolutely quiet. Before entering, I observed the yard at the door. There was land here. If I could build